Hello again, guys. It's Miss Heidi here. Time for another circle time with me and my sweet little Zoe. Always on my lap, ready to go for circle time. Today I wanted to read to you one of my favorite books that I got read to me when I was a little girl, called Corduroy by Dawn Freeman. It's a little cute little story about a little teddy bear who's looking for a home. So let's find out if he finds it. I wonder, have you guys heard this book before? Don't know. But it is one of my favorites, and I'm excited to share it with you today. Are you ready? This little bear's name is Corduroy by Dawn Freeman. Look, he's got his little, what are they called? Overalls. Overalls right there. What color are Corduroy's overalls? Do you know what color, Zoe? Do you know what color they are? They're green. He's wearing green corduroy overalls. So here's Corduroy. Where does it look like he is? Well, Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Do you see him here? Oh, that looks like such a busy department store. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button on one of his shoulder straps." Do you see where he's missing a button? Right here. Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I had a lost button," he said to himself. "Tonight, I'll go and see if I can find it." Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. He's looking around. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Do you guys know what that's called? Right? The escalator. By accident, quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator and up he went. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. Oh, there he goes, up, up, up. He thinks it's a mountain. He stopped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there, before his eyes, was the most amazing thing. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." All those beds and tables and sofas. He wandered around, admiring the furniture "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And up he crawled onto a large, thick mattress. Look at him crawling up. All at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down. He was pulling and pulling. He yanked and pulled with both paws until, pop, off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Oh, down he went. Bang! Into a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Oh man, that must have made a lot of noise. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now, who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." He was curious. What could have made that big crash? He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears. Do you see them? Sticking up from under the covers. "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" Right? The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator. Boom, boom, boom. And set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. And there he is, back where he started, right? Sleeping with the other animals. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customer came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night, I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." Oh, how nice. "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the sales lady asked. "Oh, no thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight into her room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed, just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like the enormous palace in the department store. "This must be a home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. She's sewing one for him. "I like you the way you are," she said, but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened. How neat. Do you see the spool of thread and her needle? You must be a friend, said Corduroy. I've always wanted a friend. Me too, said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. Oh, did you guys like that story? And look, here's Corduroy and Lisa, and he's got both straps fastened on his overalls, his green overalls. What did you guys think of that story, huh? Little Corduroy's little adventure in the department store. Well, I hope you guys liked it, and I can't wait till you come back for another circle time where I can share more really cool books with you. It's my favorite. All right, well, make sure that you guys have a really great day and go wash your hands. Right, Zoe? Yeah? Bye, guys.